Pay close attention to this video. A man was hugging his girlfriend, and in the meantime he was throwing some talcum powder on her bike. He then asks her if she really needed to leave, and she said yes, as her mother needed her help and she needs to go there. The man then tries to say goodbye to his girlfriend with a kiss, but she ignores him and puts on her helmet. The woman then says goodbye to her boyfriend and leaves. Later, the man was talking to his sister. He said he was thinking about the possibility that his wife was cheating on him. The sister said that this was impossible, because the woman loved the man very much and that they were going to have a child together. The man says he couldn't get it out of his head, but that he was thankful his sister was listening to his outburst. The sister says that she needed to thank the man for everything he had done for her. She said that she was very grateful, because when she needed help the man helped her by letting her live with him. The man said she didn't need to thank him and that he knew his sister would do the same for him. The sister said she would do anything for the man and that he could always count on her. She then says that she needed to settle some matters and says goodbye to the man, but when she leaves, the man realizes that his sister had her pants dirty with the talcum powder he had put on his girlfriend's motorcycle, which leaves him very confused. He said his sister would never do that to him, but decided to see what was going on. The man goes after his sister and stands at a distance, watching what she was doing. The sister goes to the woman's house. She knocks on the door and then said he was very happy to be with her, and she said she was also very happy. They then hug and the woman tells them to come in before anyone sees them. The man is furious at the situation, because he couldn't believe his sister was doing this to him. He then enters the house and begins to observe what they were doing. The woman says that her sister was much better than her girlfriend. She said that she was very happy that she had chosen her sister and that her boyfriend was an idiot because he thought that the child the woman was going to have was his. She then tells her that her boyfriend could never suspect that the child wasn't his. The sister says that this would never happen and that the man would not find out that the child was not his. They then kiss and the man records it all with his cell phone. The man then becomes furious with the situation and tells them that they were traitors and that they would regret doing it. Sometime later, the man walks into his sister's room and says he was excited to be there. The sister is surprised by this and asks if the man has finished what he had to do. The man says that he had already finished what he had to do, and that, in fact, he had good news. He says that now he was much richer than he thought was possible. The sister is excited about this and says that she was happy for her brother. At that moment, he receives a call and asks his sister to wait a while. He said he would soon be on the scene and then hung up the phone. He then tells his sister that he needed to go to a meeting, but that he couldn't go because he was too worried about the party he was going to later. The sister then asks her brother what party he was talking about, and the man said it was the party where he would reveal the sex of the baby. He then asks his sister if she could buy some things for the party and deliver her a shopping list. When his sister sees the shopping list, he realizes that it was much bigger than she had imagined and is surprised by it. The man said that he knew that the list was very long, but that his sister was the only one with free time in that house and asked her to help him. The sister said she was very busy that day, but the man insists that he really needed his sister's help. He said that his sister was very smart and that she would be able to solve that problem for him, because if he waited for his wife to do it, he knew that something would go wrong. He tells her that she was the only one he could trust and says that he would be waiting for her help and then leaves, thanking her for her sister's help. The man then leaves, and the sister begins to complain about what she needed to do. She says that that list had a lot of useless stuff and that she really didn't want to do it. At that moment, the woman arrives and asks what her sister was complaining about. She said that her husband was in need of help and that now she needed to buy all that, as the man had the idea of throwing a party to surprise her. She says that the man would be late and that if he was making her have to buy all that herself. She said at least she would get help from the woman with that, but she said she wouldn't be able to help her with that. She is surprised and says that she would need her help, but she said that she had too much to do and that she needed to focus on the things she needed to do and that she couldn't help him. She then says that she wasn't going to do it alone, but she said that they had a plan and that she couldn't let anything get in the way of their plan. She then says she was counting on her help and leaves. Sometime later, the woman was telling her sister that she was very happy with their plan and that soon they would have all the money for them. The sister says that soon they would be rich and could travel the world together. They were going to hug, but at that moment, the man appears. The woman then tells the man that she was talking to his sister about the party he had told them. The sister says that she was very excited about it and asks if the party was ready yet. The man then asks the woman if her mother was coming, but the woman says no, as her mother was very sick and would not be going to the party. The man then tells them to come in and they enter the house. Later, they were at the party and the man said he was very happy that everyone was there at that party. He says he was there with all those people present so he could thank his wife for carrying their son. She said he didn't need to thank her as she was very happy to be able to carry the man's child. He then said he had a surprise for her, which makes her excited. He said he had a game for them to play and she asks what the rules were. He then tells the woman that this game was for them to find out if the child was going to be a girl or a boy. She gets excited about it and asks if she could start with the game. He says yes, so she pulls out one of the hidden items. She sees that the first one was a pink bear, which makes her excited thinking it was a girl, but the man tells them to keep going as they still have more images to be developed. She then opens one more of the items and realizes that it was another pink bear, which makes her very excited as she really wanted to have a girl. He then said he was going to develop one more of the images and then reveals a blue item. Everyone is very excited, saying that it would be a boy, but the woman is told that she would reveal another image that she hoped was a girl. She then goes to develop another one of the images, but she ends up developing a photo of her kissing her sister. This surprises her very much and she asks the man what that meant. He then says that this was the surprise he had prepared for her and that this party was to reveal that his wife was having an affair with her sister. The man says that all those photos were there to prove that he wasn't lying and that he knew everything that was going on. He said that she could even say that it was a lie, but he was the one who had taken those pictures and that he knew everything that was going on. He then tells her that she could reveal what was really going on there and that everyone was waiting for her to talk about it. She then says that it was all a misunderstanding and that her sister could explain it better than she could. The man then says that he couldn't believe his wife was cheating on him with his sister. He says that he and his sister were very close, but that now everything was ruined because of the betrayal they had done. The sister then says that the man needed to calm down, as it was just a misunderstanding. The man tells his sister that he couldn't believe his sister had done this to him. He says that he loved his sister very much and that he had helped her by letting her live in his house, but that she cheated on him by doing that to him. He says that he has always taken care of her, but that now he doesn't want her to stay there anymore and asks her to leave and never come back. The woman asks the man to calm down so they can talk more about it. She says that all that argument wasn't good for the child, but the man says that he knew the child wasn't his and that he didn't care about what would happen to her. The sister then says that the truth was that the woman had this idea that they were going to run away together, but she asks her to shut up. The man then says that he wanted his sister to leave that house and never come back. The woman then tells the man that they should talk more about it and that he should think about the child they were going to have together, but the man asks if she was really going to continue with that lie of his. He then tells her he was tired of it all and asks her to leave, but she said she needed his help. He then said that he was a very calm person, but that he was losing patience with her.